I want to play golf next week, and I'm pretty sure last night was not the night to tell my wife I was going to try to play golf. It was the night to tell her I was going to clean the kitchen, right? We have those happen, right? So what you do is you come out there and you figure out, you ask them smart questions, you figure out their big why, you figure out when they want to move, where they want to go, and how soon they need to be there. And then you just find something else they need and say, when's a good time for me to help you again? I got some proprietary data that might be valuable to you. I've got a mobile app that will tell you what your neighbors are doing. Right? Anything from contribution, and just say, hey, we met today at 4. Is that when you're usually home? I'm going to come back about a couple days because I'm doing something down the road that I think will be valuable for you, right? So even if you're not ready to close yet because it's not time, just stay in relationship. FSBO's national average, they list for 8 weeks before they hire a realtor. You don't know where they are in that process. Most realtors pursue FSBO's for 3 weeks before they quit, because they get in concentration mode and they don't have the results they want, so they move on. Your job is to stay in relationship with them, right? Great script, thank you for sharing. That's the bold script. There's a couple other things you can do. For those of you that get really concerned about the no-call list, call them with a survey. Surveys are legal for the no-call list. Okay? Ring, ring. Hey, this is Mark Wilkinson with Keller Williams. Are you the owner of the house?
Yes.
Fantastic. Hey, listen, I'm doing a survey really quick. I see that you got your house for sale by owner. And I was curious, where are you guys, for the survey's sake, where are you guys going to move when you get the house sold?
Florida.
Florida? How soon do you want to be there?
Tomorrow.
Fantastic. Hey, I'm just curious, if for some reason the FSBO thing doesn't work, will you be hiring realtors to help you sell your home?
Possible. I've already chosen one.
Oh, you have? Well, fantastic. So you are interviewing realtors for the job. Are you aware of what the home locator team does to sell houses 30 days faster than everybody else on the market?
Not really.
Well, when would be a good time for me to come by? Today at 4, tomorrow at 6, all right? If she argues with me and says, because she's a D, I don't have time for the survey, then just say, okay, and ask her the next question anyway. Are you with me? Are you with me? Just blow the stop sign. This is not traffic law. Just blow the stop sign. Get the survey done. There's 3 little questions, and they will answer them. Even if they say, I don't have time, say, well, I understand you don't have time, and how soon do you want to be there? Okay?
When they're putting their name and number out,
It's a gray area.
No, I mean, doesn't that blow it off?
It's a gray area. And so what we're going to do is if that's your button that you're concerned about, what I want you to do is be fearless, and the survey is a great way to be fearless. Okay, survey is a great way to be fearless. Yes, sir.
Chances are, if it's a FSBO, it's got a sign in the yard with a plan.
That's correct.
So,
Well, the buyer thing, getting in their preview is the best way.
It's a great way. The other thing you can say is ring ring. Hey, who am I talking to? Oh, this would be me. Okay. Hey, ring ring.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Mark Wilkinson. Are you the owner of the house that's for sale over there on Toledo Street?
Yes.
Fantastic. Hey, I'm a realtor with Keller Williams, and I have to apologize to you.
Yeah.
My job is to completely know the inventory of the homes in that neighborhood, and I got to tell you, I don't know your house. And since I don't know your house, I don't know how to represent you with 160 agents here in my market center. So I was curious, when would be a good time for me to come by, take a look at your property? And if I have a buyer, I'll bring it. And if it doesn't meet the needs of one of my buyers, I'll certainly be an advocate for you with 160 agents back in my market center. I hope you have that many flyers, do you?
Are you going to be bringing a buyer with you?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen your house yet. And I know your time is valuable. She just told me she's a D, and I don't want to waste your time. But what I will tell you is once I add that home to my mental inventory, 160 agents will be aware of it. So what's a good time, 5 today or tomorrow at 2?
Today.
Okay, see you then. Bye.
She's going to be thrilled.
So I think the bold script is brilliant. I think the survey script is very safe. I think you can actually just say, hey, my job. The apology script works. It's really hard to be mad at someone when they call and tell you I'm sorry. Hi, I'm sorry. Well, can I slap you again? Sure. Thank you.
That's what I use all the time is the apology script. And then right before I ask the closing question, I ask them a question to put them off guard, and then I go in for the close. I say, so when do you usually show your house? In the evenings or the weekends? Well, all the time. Great.
Good. That's nice. Good. Remember, thank you for that. That's good input. And he's getting it done at a high level. Remember that there's a 50-50 chance when you answer the phone, because one of them is the homeowner that wanted to FSBO, and the other one is the homeowner that didn't. How often do D's answer the phone? Not very often. You're probably going to get the nice spouse, okay? But if you don't pick up the phone and call them, if you don't knock on the door, you're gonna miss them. Some of you will say, I really don't want to run into that buzzsaw. Here's what I want you to do. Make a really nice KW package about you. When you see a for sale by owner sign, stop. Sneak up the front porch and put it on the porch. And then call them tomorrow and say, hey, did you get my thing I left on the front porch? And then you can talk about that. If you use that technique, notice the flower bed as you walk through it, or see that they have a pretty dog, or they have a nice boat in the driveway. My parole officer won't let me talk about children, but you know, whatever. And and for those of you that don't want to affront them, it's usually because you're a big eye. Have a conversation. Say, hey, I dropped a package off, but I noticed your flowers are incredible. How are you getting petunias to grow there in the concrete like that? Have the personal conversation involved with them. But don't miss the opportunity, because they're already giving you a no, and the impression is that it's not N-O, it's K-N-O-W. They don't know the reason they should work with you. Don't miss this visible opportunity. Our job is to get 600 listings between now and the end of the year. Everybody say yes?
Yes.
We're roaring all the way to 53. Really? I don't know if we're, who's that team the Chiefs played?
Jacksonville.
I kind of feel like Jacksonville right now. No, it's Sunday. No, this is as of today. This is turned into the MLS. How many of y'all might have a listing that's not MLS yet?
Yeah.
Text Elaine. I want that number up. That's bad. That's not a bad number. It's our number. We have to own it, but we can do better than that. Okay. We own the listings. We'll own the market. Right. Right. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about for sale by owners? One of the things they're going to tell you when you talk to them is say, well, I put all this stuff in the house. I want to add the value. I want to add value. I put in all this stuff. I want to add value. I want all this stuff. Just say, I would too, and just keep talking. You don't have to have all the answers. What am I going to do with your commission? Just add it on top. I don't care. Right? Because once it's added on top and the price is right, it's still added on top. Isn't it? Nod your head. Quit overthinking this thing. They agree to meet with you. The reason they're FSBOs are trying to save 6%. Correct? Yes. If they meet with you, this goes away.
Yes.
Right? They just agreed to this. Half the battle is just because you show up. That's a pretty good game. Now you got this. What are you going to do about 3%? Just add it on top. But I'd add it on top before I pick the price instead of after. But add it on top, right? They're going to need your help. There's some people that will say, I don't believe in appraisers. I don't either. There are people say, I hate realtors. I do too. They're going to say, I've had 73 realtors call me before you during bowl, aren't they? Say, don't you hate realtors? I wish they would all die except me. But the difference is, I am the guy that has the financing to get your deal done. And I can show you it takes 15 minutes, right? So I'm just going to ask you to think about what your big why is. For sale by owner people it's kind of like my son at church. They're already raising their hand. We know what they need to do. This is just an opportunity to connect with them, okay?
Do we have time for one of FSBO?
Please.
Okay. So, I called on a FSBO, which I really hate to do. I'll just admit that. I don't like to make phone calls. And got the appointment down at Pleasant Hill. It's a $235,000 listing. Him and I went in there and took our listing docs, got the listing signed, and he said at the end, do you know why you got the listing? And I said my dazzling smile and my great personality, and he laughed. And he said, no, I've met with 5 other realtors, and you're the only realtors that asked for the listing.
Oh, wow.
So we got that, but to continue that success story, because of that, we had an owner that owned 2 houses in the neighborhood, $200,000 listings, that called off the sign and asked us to list them. Sat at an open house on that FSBO on Sunday, got a $250,000 listing and a $200,000 buyer. So we got about $1.1 million of business.
Thank you. Give it up. You have a FSBO success story?
I think so.
Okay. Was that your first FSBO call?
Yeah.
Okay. Give it up. Audrey.
So on a historic house, I decided I was going to go after historic FSBOs, and I did a little work ahead of time and used my research company to do some research on the house before I contacted them. And in admitted I sent a lovely letter And then finally broke down at Bowl, dialed the number, and I figured once I hit call that I'd have to talk to them if they answered. And they did. So
Dang it!
yeah. Oh no. So anyways, I talked to them. I asked them if they got my letter that I sent them, and they said no. They don't live there, even though the taxes show they do. They live in St. Clair County. Anyways, got to visiting with them for a while. I knew because of the research that this is the home that Joseph Smith III grew up in, that was the founder of the RLDS among the churches. Yay. I'm meeting with them tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
There you go. Congratulations. So what I just heard is if you don't want to spend a lot of money on paper, just call them and say, did you get my package? When they say no, so well, dang it. And you don't know how I sell homes faster than everybody else in town. I really need to come over right now. Your neighbor is stealing your stuff off the porch. You need to move. I live in a neighborhood like that. That's a great script. Thank you for sharing that. Love that. Yeah.